Good morning and welcome to the 2020-2021 5th Grade Awards Assembly. And I am Dr. Tyler, the Assistant Principal, and I feel very honored to be here with all of you today. I know that you've had a long journey through Union Chapel, some of you since kindergarten, some of you more recently, but all of you have worked really hard for this moment and to move on to the next step in your journey. I'm proud of you. I hope you're proud of you. And we're very excited to honor you today and the hard work and effort that you put in. And so we are going to jump right in and get going because I know you have many fun things to do with your day today. So we are going to start with Coach Harwood coming up to recognize some students.
She's taller than I. So this is my 29th awards assembly for 29 years, and it's my last. So I'm kind of excited, and I'm a little bit sad too. But it has been my pleasure to work at Union Chapel for the last 7 years, being a part of such a great school. Parents, students, staff, and administration have all been wonderful to work with, and especially my specials team, Mrs. Sewell, Mrs. Osborne, Mrs. Hyatt, Mrs. Duzine. They have been a rock for me since I've been here, accepted me and went through all the changes that I wanted to try to make, and it's been great to work with them, and I'm definitely going to miss them. Some of you have been with me since kindergarten, and so I tell everybody that I have two sets of kids. I have my kids at home, and I have my kids at school. And so today I'm going to present some awards to my kids at school. This award is called the Bill Cobb Award, and it's based on several different character traits: self-control, effort, honesty, responsibility, sportsmanship, being a good teammate, having a positive attitude, and a good work ethic. And so the people who are getting this award, some of you might be surprised, because this is not just an athletic award, this is a character award more than anything. So, when I call your name, come on up, we'll just get your award, we'll line up right here, and that way they can get a picture of all of you at the same time. And if I say your name wrong, please forgive me. Logan Letterman. Ava McDavitt. Clara Burbrick. Penelope Rivers. Will Nickel. Emma Maslowski. Ashlyn Agron. Logan Brewer. Logan, you may have to start another line over there. Parker Rezak. Carmen Cooper. Ellie Gibbs. Ronan Waters. Abigail Snodgrass. Cassius Guillory. Kai Harmon. Callie Yamada. And Bella Smith. All right, turn around and pose one time for the camera. Penelope, you you might want to be up in front. There you go. Now everybody can see you. All right, very good. Congratulations, guys. All right, next will be Mrs. Hyde.
Good morning. Welcome to all of our fifth graders and our visitors online. We're so excited to have you with us. It has been my honor and pleasure to be the librarian for many of these kiddos, kindergarten through fifth grade. That's 6 years. That's a long time. I am fortunate to hand out an award today called the Norma Meecham Reading Award. Some of you have received this in past grades. The Norma Meecham Reading Award is a tradition at Union Chapel. Norma Meecham was a first grade teacher at Union Chapel from 1977 to 1993. And sometimes when I say that, I think it's hard to understand who she was. And so I went and got out the old yearbooks. And I found the yearbook from 1992 to 1993 because I wanted to look up who was this person we're talking about in this award. And here she is. This is with her first grade class. At the time of her death, her estate gave books to the Union Chapel Library with a special label in the front that said, Norma Meecham opened young minds to reading at Union Chapel from 1977 to 1993. 5 years later, an award was created in her memory. It has been presented to one student from each classroom every year since 1998. All of the names of the award winners are on the Union Chapel website for all of those years. It can be given to the most distinguished reader in your class, maybe the most enthusiastic reader, the person that's in the library every day getting a new book. Maybe a reader who helps others and says, here, try this book. Maybe the most improved reader. They didn't love reading, but they got so much better. I am lucky that I get to add 4 names to the list for this year, 1 from each class. These were selected by your teacher. When I call your name, come on up and we'll get you your certificate. Adut Ajay. Aiden Folk-Vega. Logan Letterman. Bella Smith. All right, my final thing is I always just like to say, readers are leaders, so keep on reading. Next, we will have Mrs. Sewell handing out our awards.
Hello, my most amazing artists. Aren't you sweet? We work so hard each year to make amazing artwork. One of my favorite jobs as the Union Chapel art teacher is to choose some of your amazing art pieces to decorate our hallway. It's not only the hardest part of my job, but it's also really exciting. It's like an art museum that makes Union Chapel homey. You make our building feel inviting, and I love it. Edgar Degas, a famous artist and one of my favorite painters, once said these words: art is not what you see, but what you help others to see. Each year, it amazes me just how creative our gators are. Given some tools and a goal, we've created some amazing artwork. While we've accomplished so much, we've learned about the elements of art and some famous artists along the way. Those elements, you know them, include shape, line, color, texture, space, value, and form. As I introduce a couple of the pieces for next year's Gator Gallery, I'm going to need some of your help. So, we did a piece of artwork this year that was op art. What's that mean? It has to do with your, give it to me, your eyes. Awesome. So op art creates a little bit of an illusion for our eyes. I have an amazing artist to recognize that did a wonderful job with their op art. Now, our op art, we took a flat shape and turned it into a three-dimensional. What's the difference in 2D and 3D? What do 3D things have that 2D things don't have? Give it to me. Yes! Height. Look at all these wonderful things that you've learned. Now, when we gave it height, we could see all the sides, right? Okay, so that meant that the light coming from our light source created some different values. If I took my color and I wanted to make it lighter, I would add and call it a yes. Add white and call it tint. If I wanted to make it darker, I would add and call it a. This artist did an amazing job with their values on their op art cubes. Please come join me, Miss Ellie Gibbs. Now, Ellie's already taken home her artwork, so I just printed out a little picture of what her artwork looked like. Nice job, Ellie. I'm looking for 2 more 5th grade artists out there. We also did another project that was kind of op art like, because we know that in op art we find hidden things, right? What did we hide in your artwork? Our name. Your name! And you know, when I tell everybody that sees this artwork, they're like, what? That's so cool! So, I'm gonna need a couple artists. I'm looking for Miss Annie Klingon and Mr. Zach Myers. Did we create some op art with hiding our name? We also created some symmetry. What do we know about symmetry? It's yes, the same on both sides. Where does this symmetry come from? The center. So we call it what kind of symmetry? Radial symmetry, because we can turn it. Nice job, Miss Annie and Mr. Zach. Thank you for helping me celebrate those artists and the accomplishments that they've made all the way through Union Chapel Elementary School. Finally, I have a challenge for you. Pablo Picasso, who was a pretty cool dude, and he had said something that I try to remember each and every day. He said this: every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once you grow up. I challenge you to always create, whether with a pencil, a computer, writing with words, or even throwing a paint around on a canvas like Jackson Pollock, as big as a barn. Always keep creating. I'm so proud of you, Gators. Now, I'll turn over the show to Mrs. Salton.
I'm not standing on my toes. Yeah. All right. I'll be here a minute, so we have to lower it for me. Thank you. Okay. So my students know I'm in speech therapy because I can't talk very loud, so it's kind of important we get this in the right place. No, you're fine. Okay. So everybody can hear me now, right? Yeah. Okay, I get the pleasure of announcing the Glory of Missouri Awards. These are given by the Missouri State House of Representatives every year. They uphold the virtues represented: knowledge, liberty, equality, law, justice, fraternity, education, progress, honor, truth, virtue, temperance, enterprise, and charity. And these virtues are engraved in the House chamber of the state capitol with the inscription, all the foregoing human qualities bind into one theme, the glory
Missouri because no people attain these virtues unless they are great. Now, I would say that all of these are things that many of you possess. We have, the fifth grade teachers, selected some that we particularly thought exemplified each of these virtues and submitted them to your representative in the House. And we're going to announce what each of these embody, and we ask that you come forward and receive your award. The first one is for knowledge. The student who receives this recognition must not only be book smart, but be aware of the state of information. A student who possesses intellectual capabilities beyond his or her years. A student who has demonstrated aware behavior, such as a potential valedictorian or a strong student leader. The awardee is Zachary Meyer. Our next virtue is liberty. A student in our school who exemplifies liberty for the Glory Award is one who demonstrates beliefs in the constitutional freedoms of our country, for example, freedom of expression and speech. The student qualified for the liberty virtue is innovative and self-driven, and as those who founded our country and colonized our state. Examples of this is an outstanding student in government courses or a leader in a pro-student organization. The student who exemplified this is Will Nickel. Our next virtue is equality. A student who exemplifies equality demonstrates fairness and opportunity. This student leads this virtue by example and action. This would be a student of maybe a minority organization or a student who promotes equality among his or her peers in a team situation, or is an advocate type student who stands for equality in the classroom. Equality can be promoted among gender, race, and disability. Congratulations, Noelle Thompson. Our next virtue is law. A student who exemplifies the virtue of law is one who seeks to know the truth in its actions. This student pursues guidelines and boundaries and alters his or her behavior accordingly. Congratulations, Claire Lingerfeld. Next virtue is justice. A student who exemplifies the virtue of justice is one who demonstrates decisions and judgment capabilities. As our system seeks to attain justice through weighing both sides of an issue or dilemma, this student would be one who is concerned in what is ethical in law and action. A student who speaks of policies and ideas with consideration of ramifications for all, not just himself or herself. An example would be a student who acts responsibly in a difficult situation. A student who excels in leadership, creating a fair and highest good environment for the students, or a student who has demonstrated a decision made after weighing two sides. Congratulations, Chase Sutton. Virtue is fraternity. A student who exemplifies the virtue of fraternity is one who promotes the togetherness of the student body. The student who makes his or her school glorious in the area of fraternity is one who can demonstrate an attitude of cohesion and friendliness. The student is well liked for his or her humble promotion of the advancement of other students. A student who is not a social butterfly, but is a social leader or a leader in athletics, who promotes not himself or herself in competition, but the success of the entire team. Congratulations, Sam Larson. The next virtue is education. A student who exemplifies the virtue of education is one who stands for the ideals of the process, one who demonstrates the influence and perpetuation of information as they shape and define who he or she becomes. A student interested in education, a student aide or president of the National Honor Society would be an example. Congratulations, Clara Berberick. The next virtue is progress. A student who exemplifies the virtue of progress is one who promotes positive changes in the school or community, whether it be an adjustment in rules or regulations or the leader of a new student organization. This student is one who takes your school or community beyond the present and sends it moving forward into an era of change. This could be any student who has dared to bring a new program or fundraiser to the school, or a student leader in project graduation, something like No Place for AIDS, or other groundbreaking programs that work to promote the betterment of students and communities of today. Congratulations, Cassius Gilligan. The next virtue is honor. A student who exemplifies the virtue of honor is one of integrity and faithfulness, a student who embodies a still sense of truth and virtue. An example would be a student who has demonstrated an act of unwavering integrity, a student who volunteers his or her effort behind the scenes, or a student who portrays loyalty when there is little or no personal gain or recognition. Congratulations, Parker Rezac. Our next virtue is truth. A student who is in constant pursuit of truth represents its virtue. This student is one who perseveres until the ultimate answer is revealed. An example would be a student who always wants to know why. A student who will not give up until he or she reaches the solution or answer to a problem or question. A student who demonstrates truth regardless of the consequences. Congratulations, Gunnar Buckingham. The next virtue is virtue. A student who exemplifies virtue is one of outstanding moral character. This student not only conducts himself or herself with moral excellence, this student stands for moral excellence. An example would be a student who behaves morally despite pressure from peers, a student who leads a religious or other moral shaping organization, or a student athlete who conducts himself or herself in a moral manner on and off the court, field, etc. Congratulations, Abby Smith. I have to squeeze in, there's 3 more. Our next virtue is temperance. A student who exemplifies the virtue of temperance is one who demonstrates moderate behavior, one who rarely gets worked up over situations, one who can remain calm in threatening situations. An example would be a student negotiator, a student in speech or debate who never loses their cool and competes and works with steadiness, or a student who has an even keel personality and pursues goals one step at a time. Congratulations, Addie Kester. Our next virtue is enterprise. A student who deserves the award of the virtue of enterprise demonstrates the innovative and creative energy described in the definition. The virtue of enterprise represents the forefront in management ability and technique. An example would be a student entrepreneur who has taken on a project outside of school. Congratulations, Ava Nepper. And our final virtue is charity. A student who exemplifies the virtue of charity is one who is a true philanthropist. This student is willing to even the score with those less fortunate or those who are in need. This virtue of charity can be abstract or concrete in the student's behavior. An example would be a student who volunteers in programs offered by the school or in the community. Congratulations, Isabella Smith. Let's have one more round of applause.
Before you start, I think I had two that I forgot to give out or that weren't in my list. So, does anybody have an award that's got two of them stuck together? That you got from me? Because when I got back in my office, I thought there was a couple people missing. No? Anybody? Nobody got two B? Okay, that's what I thought. All right, so I have two more. Sorry, take your time. So I have two more. Ava Socket. And McKenna Alba. I was just going to give them to you later, but I thought your parents might want to see them.
Thank you, Coach, for stealing my thunder. I'm Mrs. Gallion, and I'm going to explain the Citizenship Award. It's an award given to one boy and one girl in each classroom. These students demonstrate our Gator life skills. These might include being a good friend to everyone, being responsible, having a positive attitude, and being respectful. This award is unique because the recipients are selected by their peers, not teachers. Each of us will be calling our students up to the stage to receive their award, and my class will go first. So congratulations to Parker Rezak, and Abigail Smith.
Hello, and this is Emery. And the first outstanding citizenship award from my classroom goes to Jacob Hibbs. And for our girl representative from our class, slogans. And Bella Van Zandt. Thank you.
Okay, and for Saltman's homeroom, we have Emmy Maslowski. And Will Nickel. Ms. Callum.
All right, the final thing is your completion awards. You are done with elementary school, can you believe it? Yeah, don't blink, right? Since kindergarten, you all have spent the past 6 years working hard and growing up to be the amazing students that you are today. To recognize your hard work, effort, and all of your success as elementary students, we would like to award each of you with a certificate of completion. When your name is called, please come up to the stage to receive your certificate. Luca Baker. Sarah Burberry. Gunnar Buckingham. Trey Chen. Aiden Dickens. Maddie Braca. Maddie Isaacson. Elizabeth Emerson. Aiden Folvega. Nathan Gray. Stella Howard. Landon Taylor. Kylie Lester. Haley McNeely. Sam Reed. Parker Reebeck. Penelope Rivers. Abby Stevens. Abigail Smith. John Tennell. Andre Tohama. And Callie Amata. Congratulations, Mrs. Gallion. All right, kiddos, you ready? All right. Ashlyn Abram. Jack Bates. Logan Hayward. Grayson Catlett. Annalise Fleet. Carmen Cooper. Lydia. Max Fox. Ellie Gates.
Sam Patel. Grayson Powell. Catherine Scott. Bella Smith. Abigail Snodgrass. Samir Thomas. Willow Thompson. And Aaliyah Whitehead. Congratulations, Peter. All right, this is Norma's class. Are you guys ready? Okay. All right, Brady Carlson. Kai Harmon. Maddie Johnson. Addie Hester. Avery Hennon. Haley Hennon. Logan Letterman. Claire Lingerfeld. Ava Marchetti. Ava McDavid. Mason McGuire. Ryan Mitchell. Daria Morris. Cooper Patterson. Ethan Rich. Ava Sackett Connor. Jack Scott. Chase Sutton. Bella Benzan. Bree Woods Jones. Congratulations, guys.
Okay, last one. I'll wait. There we go. Okay, Saltzman's homeroom, McKenna Althouse. Lucy Cross. Jackie Donovan. Anya Desai. Miles Desch. Jack Ateo. Cassius Gilroy. Ava Necker. Sam Larson. Addison Lee. Landon Leaders. I see you, I'm figuring it out. Addie Maslowski. Emmy Maslowski. Will Nickel. Paige Salisbury. Brady Strack. Sydney Van Aken. Claire Vogel. Ronan Waters. And Adita Jane. I don't know why, I'm missing a certificate. Come up and get a hug instead. Come on up. Get up here. Okay, come on up and get a handshake from Ms. Tyler, and I will get you your I apologize.
Javon Stallone, please come up, sir. All right, 5th grade. I can tell you're all feeling very proud and excited right now. Thank you. I know that you have many other events that you're ready to get to for today and for the next few days to close out your years in elementary school. I just want to say that 2020-2021 has been a year to remember in mostly fantastic, memorable ways, and in other challenging ways that you worked through, and I'm impressed and proud of you. But we failed to recognize a very important group in the room. I think we need to give our classroom teachers a huge round of applause. Thank you. They have overcome a lot this year to help ensure that you are successful, and that shows. Look at all the honors and awards you've received today. I'd also like to thank our families and parents at home watching, because your students could not do this without your support and guidance. So congratulations, best of luck in middle school, and as Dr. Archer would say, once a Gator, always